We have to go back.
Welcome back to Director's Choice. Crazy theories in the Disney world are not hard to come by. Disney theories are nowhere as crazy or as elaborate as Pixar theories, but they can certainly hold their own. There are a variety of Disney theories out there that would leave you in complete shock. Today, we'll be focusing on the Disney theory for Ratatouille. It's been a solid 15 years since the movie came out, but there are still new theories popping up every day that take us deeper into the world of Ratatouille and expose a few hidden details that most of us missed. The hidden detail we'll be looking at today is the real relationship between Remy and Ego. You're probably wondering what kind of relationship can exist between a rat chef and a human food critic. Well, it will shock you to find out that Remy and Ego are a lot closer than you might think. If you're ready to find out exactly what relationship exists between the two, then keep watching. Remy lived with Ego's mom. When most people watch Ratatouille, they were too focused on the food to notice a few clues that told the bigger story behind the plot of the movie. One interesting story is the connection between Remy and Ego. As it turns out, Remy and Ego actually grew up in the same house, just at different times. The beginning of the movie shows Remy in an old lady's house while she tries to catch him. This house appears again in Ego's flashback to his childhood. The old lady's house looks very similar to the one that appears in Ego's flashback of his mother's house. The sink, window, and fruit bowl are all in the same location. There are also other similarities like the style of the house and the furniture in it. Ego also says that Remy's cooking reminded him of his mom's cooking, which would make sense if Remy grew up watching Ego's mom cook. Years of watching Ego's mom cook while trying to avoid her so she didn't catch taught Remy everything he needed to know about cooking. Remy's time at Ego's mom's house likely inspired him to become a chef, which means that the connection between Remy and Ego is far deeper than anyone thought. Other crazy Disney theories. As I said earlier, crazy Disney theories aren't hard to come by. Now that we've checked out the Ratatouille theory, it's time that we move on to other crazy Disney theories. Riley from Inside Out was also in Finding Dory. Remember the little girl from Inside Out? The one whose mind we explored, where we met all her emotions and her cute imaginary friend?
Heck is that?
Broccoli on pizza. That's it. I'm done.
Congratulations, San Francisco.
Well, that little girl also appeared in Finding Dory. If you watch Finding Dory with a close eye, you will notice a scene where Riley appears. She's with a group of school children who visited the aquarium. That means that Riley is one of the first characters to appear in two separate Disney movies. Her appearance also matches up with the timelines of the two movies. Elsa and Anna are Rapunzel's cousins. This is probably one of the craziest theories out there, but there is one detail that makes it entirely possible. During Elsa's coronation, Rapunzel and Eugene arrive and we see Anna welcoming them. It's possible that Rapunzel could just be a nearby princess who was invited to the party, but that theory gets thrown out when you consider the fact that Rapunzel is in Germany. She and Eugene live nowhere near Elsa's kingdom, so if they came, they must have had a close connection to the family. This connection could be that Rapunzel is Elsa and Anna's cousin. The proof of this comes from the striking resemblance between Elsa's father and Rapunzel's mother. These two may be siblings, which obviously would make their kids cousins. This also explains why Elsa's dad was so adamant about hiding her powers from the world. He knew that his niece was kidnapped because of her powers, and he didn't want the same thing to happen to his daughter. Rapunzel's hair length and dress during her cameo also suggests that she arrived at Arendelle shortly after the events of Tangled. This fact creates room for another theory. It's been confirmed by the director of Frozen that Elsa's parents were heading to a wedding when the shipwreck happened. Well, there's a good chance that the wedding that they were heading to was Rapunzel and Eugene's wedding. Tarzan is Elsa and Anna's brother. This is another Frozen theory that is just as crazy. It claims that Elsa and Anna's parents didn't die in the shipwreck. Instead, they landed on an island where they started a new life and had a son. This son was Tarzan. According to this theory, Tarzan is the younger brother of Elsa and Anna, which would also make him Rapunzel's cousin. Too bad Tarzan's parents were later eaten by leopards, which means that in the end, they still died, just not in the shipwreck. Belle from Beauty and the Beast was singing about another Disney movie. Belle's love for reading made her the weirdo of the town. During the song, the villagers sang about her. They spoke about her weirdness, while Belle spoke about a book she liked. She said the book had far-off places, daring sword fights, magic spells, and a prince in disguise. Many fans felt this story sounded similar to Sleeping Beauty. Far-off places could refer to the fact that Sleeping Beauty's kingdom became a faraway, forgotten place after she and everyone else fell asleep. Magic spells are an obvious reference to the spell the evil witch put on Sleeping Beauty, and a prince in disguise could refer to the prince who came to rescue Sleeping Beauty because, at first, Aurora didn't know he was a prince. However, Sleeping Beauty isn't particularly known for having daring sword fights, which is what made a few people believe that Belle was actually describing Aladdin. In Aladdin, there are far-off places like the kingdom itself, and the place where Aladdin found the magic lamp. There are also daring sword fights and magic spells. The only problem with this theory is that Aladdin wasn't a prince in disguise. He was a commoner who was disguised as a prince. So which movie do you think Belle was describing? Mulan and Raya are in the same universe. We've all heard about the Pixar theory, the theory that connects every Pixar movie into one gigantic story about magic, friendship, and love. Well, what if I told you that a similar theory exists in the Disney universe, albeit on a much smaller scale? This theory suggests that Mulan and Raya actually exist in the same universe. The first obvious connection is the similarities between their stories. Both Mulan and Raya are Asian princesses who are determined to save their homes. These two warriors both go on a journey in an attempt to save their homelands. They fought different villains, but in the end, they both had the same goal: to rescue their people. There's also a theory that claims Sisu and her clan are related to Mushu in some way. Jane is descended from Belle. Here's another crazy Beauty and the Beast theory that will leave you shocked. This theory claims that Jane from Tarzan is actually a descendant of Belle from Beauty and the Beast. There are a few subtle details that support this theory, like their facial similarities and love for the color yellow. There are also a few obvious details, like the tea set that Turk was drumming on in Tarzan. This tea set looked very similar to the ones from Beauty and the Beast, which made a few fans speculate that Belle could have passed it down her line until it reached Jane, her descendant. The teapot in Tarzan's scene looks just like Mrs. Potts, and even one of the teacups had a small chip on it. Ariel's mother was murdered by Captain Hook. During The Little Mermaid, we never got a chance to meet Ariel's mother, but in Peter Pan, there's a mermaid that looks very similar to Ariel. Could this be Ariel's mother? In The Little Mermaid, we found out that Ariel's mother, Athena, was killed by pirates. The name of the mermaid in Peter Pan was never revealed, but we know that mermaids in Peter Pan hate Captain Hook and his pirates. Maybe they hate him because he killed one of their own. That wraps up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you guys think about these crazy Disney theories? Do you think Remy and Ego grew up in the same house? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Also, take a look at this other recent clip by Director's Choice. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you never miss an episode.